Hello all, I'm Bevan Paul from Appscom Widgets. We are basically an Odoo ERP implementation company. Today I'm here to demonstrate about the advanced fuel sales management system. First we'll get into the database. Here we have several modules to manage our entire fuel station. Fuel sales, fuel station module that will be containing the dashboards, petty cash assigning, cash settlements, meter closings, and everything. And also we have contacts to store our customers and our fuel station members and everything. And every contacts can be stored here. And we'll be having a sales module to sell products like lubricants, um, oils, and everything. And we have accounting to handle the entire accounting in our fuel station, and here to record our purchase entries, and inventories to store our fuel products, and employee module to handle our all the employees in our station. First we'll go into the employee module. Inside the each employee, we'll be handling the each employee's petty cash here. We'll be creating uh, for the each employee each chart of account to track their petty cash amount and their shortage amounts and everything, so that we can track the employee wise shortage amounts and the petty cash seamlessly. Next we'll go into the inventory module. Inside the inventory module, we'll be configuring all the fuel products here, like diesel, petrol, speed petrol, and also the lubricants, oils, and everything, distilled waters. Inside the fuel product, we'll be configuring the mass of fuel product, and also we'll be configuring the unit of measures and the sales price and the cost price and everything. After this, we'll go into the purchase module and purchase some fuels like petrol or diesel. I'll choose a vendor here, and I'll choose a product that we are going to purchase now. I'll choose petrol, and I'll enter 500 liters that we are buying now. After entering the details, I'll confirm this order. After confirming the order, we'll be getting a receipt here. Inside this receipt, we have to choose our tanks here. That is nothing but in which tank we are going to store our fuel product that we have bought now. I'll choose the petrol tank here, and I'm saving it. After choosing the petrol tank, I'll validate this so that the stock will be getting maintained in that specific location tank. After this, we'll go into the fuel station module. Yeah, before that, we'll go into the contacts module now. Yeah, after this, we'll go into the contacts module. Inside this contact module, we'll be storing our customer contacts like credit customers, and if we have a loyalty program in our fuel station, we can also store the loyalty customers here, and also the vendors customers. Inside this, I'll show an example for the credit customer and a loyalty customer. Inside the customer, we'll be having a station configuration. In that, we can choose is this a customer, as a credit customer, a loyalty customer, or everything. If he is a credit customer and he has multiple vehicles, and we can also save their vehicles number here. And also I'll choose a loyalty customer here. We'll be configuring the loyalty customer as this. Yeah. Now we can get into the fuel station module. Inside the fuel station module, first we can go through the configuration we have in our fuel station. First, we'll go into the tanks. Inside the tanks, we'll be creating each tanks and pair them with their specific fuel and the tank location. After this, we'll go into the pumps. Here we'll be configuring the pumps that we have in our fuel station, and we have created a specific separate pump for the Bowser vehicle, and we have nozzles here, created the nozzles here. In this nozzle, we'll be pairing the nozzle with the pumps, tanks, and the fuel that we are going to dispense in that specific nozzle. And also we have two different nozzles for our Bowser vehicle too. After this, we'll go into the shifts. Inside the shifts, we'll be configuring the shifts that we have in our fuel station. And also we'll go into the pricing menu. Inside the pricing, we'll be storing the prices that we are going to sell our fuel products in the pre-definition, or we can assign the prices for our specific dates. After this, we'll go into the dashboards. In this dashboard, on the top, it will display the stocks that specific to the product and the specified by their each tank locations. And also we'll be tracking the unpaid credit dues that we have based on our credit customers, and also we'll be tracking the day sales here. After this, we'll start with the employee assigning, and we'll go through the steps step by step. First, we'll be assigning an employee, and after that we'll be assigning a petty cash to that specific employee. And after finishing the shift, the employee will be entering the meter readings and the browser readings and everything in that meter reading. After submitting the meter reading, the employee will be submitting the cash. After the settlements, the manager will be confirming, and the end process will be sale order creation. Yeah, we will go through that process. Now I'll assign an employee to the afternoon shift on the nozzle 1. The employee has been assigned. After assigning the employee, we'll be creating a petty cash amount to that specific employee. The employee already have a 1,000 rupees in his petty cash balance, and now we are issuing a 500 rupees to that specific employee. Yeah. After this, the employee will be starting the shift, and he'll be going through different types of sales like credit sale, loyalty sale, and everything. um, After finishing the shift, the employee will be entering the meter readings here. Now I'll enter 500 as our end reading, so that we sold 300 liters of fuels in that specific shift. It will be get calculated automatically. And after entering the end reading, we'll be having a menu called Bowser here. um, in this, we'll be entering the Bowser reading that we dispensed from this specific nozzle to the Bowser vehicle. Here we have dispensed the 100 liters to that Bowser vehicle from this specific nozzle. to this Bowser tank, so that it will be get tracked easily. And if we have any dip test or fuel testing happened in that specific ship, we'll be recording them here. In that dip test, we have taken 5 liters of fuel, and we'll be returning the tested fuel back to the tank, and we'll also track that. For that, I'll tell 4.5 liters has been returned back to the tank. That means 0.5 liters has been spilled or vaporized or anything it may be, so that it will be get tracked in our scrap. After this, we'll be entering the credit sale that happened in that specific shift. In this, we'll be having our credit customers here. If you want, you can choose the vehicle here and enter how much has been sold in that specific credit customer. On the next customer, and also if we have loyalty sales in our fuel station, we'll be giving the loyalty points to our loyalty customers, so that we'll be entering the loyalty sales here. We can also redeem the credit points that the customers have. Yeah, now this customer doesn't have any rewards to be get redeemed, so that we'll be entering the credit cell here, so that he can gain points. After entering this end reading Bowser things and the dip test taken and returned quantities, the credit sale, the loyalty sales, the employee will be submitting this reading to the management. Yeah, the meter reading has submitted. After submitting the meter readings, the employee will be submitting the cash that he got in this specific shift based on the um, readings and everything. Yeah. Now here the everything will be get detailed based on that specific shifts, and close the readings. The employee has sold 80 liters in the fuel as a walk-in, and he has transferred 5 liters for the Bowser vehicle, and taken 5 liters for the dip test and credit sales and loyalty sales. Everything will be calculated, and the system will be calculate the amount has to be settled to the management will be displayed automatically based on the calculations. And also we can submit the petty cash amount here. The petty cash should be submitted on only the cash journal. Now I'll submit 8,000 in bank mode. That means he got 8,000 in his bank. And we can also configure different types of journals here, like GPay, UPI, phone pay, and everything that we have, card payments. And after that, in that shift, the employee will be having some expense for their food or water or anything it may be. He'll enter that amount, that spend expense amount will be get deducted from the employee's petty cash amount, so that we'll enter a 500 rupees that the employee has spent for his expense, that is for food. Yeah, now the expense has been entered here, so that the petty cash has been reduced by 500, so that he has to submit 1,000 rupees now on his petty cash. And also the shift amount, that is 500, has to be submitted in the cash. And also we can I told that we can submit the petty cash here, so that he can enter the petty cash amount with this, so that it will be get calculated and distributed eventually for the shift and the petty cash. After entering these amounts here, I'll submit the amount. Yeah, the amount has been submitted to the management. After the employee submission, the manager will be reviewing the amount that got submitted from by the employee and the meter closing readings. He'll be reviewing that and creating the sale orders. Let's see that process. Inside the settlement confirmations. Yeah, here we have recorded everything, the like the payments that we got here, and the petty cash submission has been recorded here, and the settlements has been recorded here. There is a walk-in sales, credit sales, and loyalty sales that we have entered there, and the expense also will be recorded, and the petty cash submission and the expense will be get tracked in the chart of accounts. Here we have created the employees petty cash submission and the expense here. Expense will be get tracked specifically in the shift expense chart of accounts. After reviewing this, the payments, the sales, and the expense, and the browser transfers and everything, the manager will be creating the sale orders for this specific values. By clicking the create generate sale order, the sale order invoice and the payments will be automatically get created, and the payments will be automatically reconciled with those invoices. We'll see that. Yeah, now we have created the sale orders in the invoices and the payments. Here in the sale order, we have created a loyalty sale, credit sale, and the walk-in sale based on the customers. Inside the walk-in sales, we'll be recording the dip test here, and also we'll be creating the return that we had in the dip test. Here you can see that this much quantity has been sold, and the dip test return quantity has been returned back to the tank, that is 5 liters, and the balance zero point 0.5 liters will be getting tracked in the specifically in the tank scrap, so that we can see in the dashboard. And also the credit sale and the loyalty sale, and we can see the invoices and that got reconciled with that payments. You can see the status is paid. You can ask that the one invoice is get unpaid, that is nothing but the credit invoice. The credit customer will be paying their credit outstanding dues separately. And also the payments will be get created. Here this two payments got reconciled with the invoices for the fuel sales, and this is the employee petty cash submission 1,000 rupees. Yeah, after this everything will be get tracked, and we can see them in the fuel station dashboard. The stocks will be get minus based on the sales happened, and the credit dues values will be get updated, and we can Below the employee assigning, we can see the recent meter closing readings here, and also the sales that happened in our fuel sales, and we can filter them based on the types. And also we can track the sales based on our shifts and the date ranges, on the nozzles, and based on the pumps also. And we can also see the prices that we sold our fuels on that specific dates. Based on the dates we can view the prices, and also we can see the credit invoices that we had that is got unpaid, and we can also see them consolidatedly based on customers. In this we have a pricing screen here. Inside the pricing screen, we'll be displaying the fuel products here, and you can assign the prices of the specific fuels and save them. And you can also assign the prices for the future dates if you know the price previously, so that on that specific date, the system will be automatically update that price to that inventory product master, and on that specific date the fuel sales will be happening based on that specific price. For an example, I'll enter the date as 17th February, and I'll enter the price as the diesel as 100, petrol as, just for an example, 120, and I'll save this. This will get saved in the pricing master and get automatically updated on the 17th February for on the product master. After this, we have a basic kind of reports for the fuel station. We have a meter reading report, and we can see them based on date ranges, and also we can print them as a PDF. And we have shift wise report here, and we can also print them, and we can also track see them based on date ranges. And we have a credits outstanding report. We can see them based on date ranges, and also we can filter them based on customers, and also we can print them and send to the customers. And also a payment mode report here. We'll be tracking all the payments based on their payment modes and the date ranges here. That's all about the advanced fuel station management software. Thank you.